Hey, it's Diane Gibbs here. I'm going to show you how to set up your desktop for a Mac. This is really for my students when they are trying to organize their files and set up their files in a good organized way, and also some little tricks that they might not know to get some things not quite so big on their Mac and adjust the dock and things like that. I hope you enjoy. Hit subscribe if you like it and hit like. Give me a comment. I'd love to know what you think. Alright, so I'm going to go through just some basic things about your computer that you may or may not know. First thing is you may or may not see your Macintosh hard drive over here. I'm going to show you how to get that. So in Finder, go to Settings. If you don't have hard disks checked, you want to check that. I also like to name mine, instead of Macintosh hard drive, I name it my last name and then the year I bought it. So then I know how old my computer is, or when I need to start thinking about buying a new one. Sidebar is when I'm in a folder like this. This is called the sidebar. I can choose what I want to have visible. So I like my locations, my other hard disks, external hard drives, my actual Macintosh, any other connected servers that I might have. If you use the iCloud, you want to put that there. If I want pictures over here, I could have selected that, and that now pictures is showing up, but I can adjust things and move things as I see fit. I actually don't want pictures. What I do is I use this as a project. If I'm working on a website for Pippa. And so I put her here. If I don't want her here, I can just simply move it off and it's gone. But I do want it there because I'm working on her project. My downloads, but I also have a downloads folder right here. Let's talk about that. If you don't have the downloads down here in your dock, which you probably should, and yours probably looks like a fan, which is super difficult. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this again, and we're going to say view more in the Finder. I don't like this to be in this fan mode. So if yours is like mine, I have to hold down the Control key and go to Options, or I can hit List. Now yours might also be, let's do Options again and go to Grid. Yours might look like this, which that's not too bad. But if you have a lot, you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So again, hold the Control key down and say List. Now it's going to look like mine, and you're going to be able to organize things a lot easier. And you do need to organize things out of the downloads folder. Your stuff might not be as small as mine. Let me show you how to do that. So under View, Show Options, when you're in the Finder, it has to say Finder. You can see the icon size. I can make them bigger. I don't like them bigger. I like them smaller. That's okay size. And then I can change the size of the type if I wanted to. If I have trouble reading or whatever, I can change that. And the grid spacing, I can adjust that as well. But I'm fine with how it's kind of spaced right now. It's kind of wonky. I'll show you how to fix that. You can go to Clean Up. And then it's going to put things in a, a little bit more organized way. I want it to do it again. So View, Clean Up. I don't want to select. I want to say View, Clean Up. Now hopefully it just gets them in order. Again, View, Show Options. I can adjust that grid spacing to be a little tighter, which is fine. If your dock is not as small as you want it to be, because this is the only space you have to work, your dock, if it's taking up a lot of space, it makes it a little bit difficult. I will go down here to Desktop and Dock. And the size, you probably have it like this. It's huge, maybe, or maybe you have magnification on. I don't like that either. I actually like my dock pretty small because I don't want it to take up a lot of my screen size. Again, it's totally up to you. You use what you want. I like it there always. I don't want it to disappear, but that's, again, a personal preference. If I want something in my doc that's not in my doc, again, using this over here is really helpful. I'm going to go to my hard drive, applications. Let's go to XD. I click on the folder. You don't want to drag the folder down here, although you could. I don't want to, though. I'm going to take the program and drop it down here, wherever I want it. Now, if there's lots of stuff down here that you don't want, simple. Just pull it out until it says remove. I want to make, you may not realize, like, these are external hard drives. This is my time machine. I have another external hard drive, which backs up my computer every day. Now, I have something called work alias, school alias, personal, learning, art to make, and people. So again, if I did view options, I think I have my grid spaced a little much so that you can't see all those things. I'm going to make it a little bit wider so that I can see the whatever. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new alias. But what you don't want to do is just make a new folder on the desktop. You actually want to go to your hard drive, go to your users, admin, and here is your downloads folder. Here is your documents, and here is your desktop. To make, you want everything that you're making to live in your documents folder. Now, granted, I don't want to have to click all these times, so I make a quick button, like a quick key. Although I have them over here, sometimes I like just to double click over here. So in the documents folder, you don't have a lot of stuff probably. I've made a lot of things on my documents folder, and all you have to do is file new folder. So command shift and N makes a new folder. I'm going to make one real quick, and this is a test. Oops. So if you can't, you have to long click it. You have to click it and then test folder. So maybe this is where I'm putting all my tests or something. Well, what I don't want to do is just drag it here, because then it actually lives on the desktop. It's made, and we don't want it to do that because it actually can slow your computer down. That's why all these are aliases. So I have maybe a whole bunch of stuff in here, and I say file, or I have nothing in there yet, make alias. Now you see I have another thing. Now I can drag this here, and I can start putting everything in this folder. Now, if you're putting it in, it's actually putting it in this folder, but I don't have to have this open. So if I delete the alias, it actually doesn't delete the stuff. Now, if I'm inside this folder and I start see, I'm actually in my documents and I start deleting things, these are not aliases. These are actual things. So if we threw them away, if we threw this folder away, there would be no alias. It would throw it away. So making an alias is what I would suggest. And you make the alias in the documents folder. Again, you double click on the hard drive. You go to users, admin, and documents. Then you make a new folder, right? And then I would call it school. And then in that school, let's just do it again. Well, I already have test folder. Let me just do it here. So here's test folder. In here, I would make another new folder, Command Shift N, and I would say, so let's pretend like this is my school folder. I'm going to say this is my classes. And then I'm going to list out all the classes that I have right now. So ARS 271, intro maybe. And you have my class, ARS 273, GD Foundations, and whatever. And then inside this, you're going to pull the syllabus in here, and you're going to put anything else that's general. But then every project that we do, you may have a projects folder, and you may have an exercises folder. UCDA is actually an exercise because we're just copying what's there. Then I would make UCDA. Now I have a UCDA folder. And then I would put all the stuff for this one. Now, the next thing you do is a project. So book cover. And you're going to put everything. Maybe you do the assignment sheet in here. And then you have a folder that is just for this book cover. So it's very organized. So the reason I do this is because it makes it a lot easier as you are. And I'm just emptying this because all those were empty. There's nothing in them. But like my work folder is filled with a whole bunch of clients. This is mine. So it's at the top. I have a tilde and some spaces. This is a client. These are the business cards. I do them by year because we do different things. This is when I was doing their web stuff. I did a gift card, and I just do it by year. I so that I can know. And you'll see I have these dates, like I was telling you to do. Right? This is the client. This is what it is, gift card, and here's my date I was doing it, and this was version 2. And then I have all of these for everything that I'm working on. And when it goes to finish, then I can actually take these off my computer. And that helps my computer to not slow down and stuff like that. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that helps.